Security code J3NK1N5. Pilot's log entry 251. Well, things are just getting better and better. Already, on this space station, I've almost suffocated to death, nearly been eaten by a rabid Nekatra, and now our ship might just get stolen right out from under our noses. Wonderful. The situation isn't great, but what can you do but keep on running? If it were up to me, I'd try and find a way to vent this airlock. Get all those fools out the way, but I don't think the captain would approve. He's a moral sort. Most of the time, anyway. We really need to have a word if we get out of this situation, though. This deal. Something isn't right. We better be getting some good compensation for all this. Pig does not care, of course. Oh, no, they just do whatever the big boss says. Cack, I don't care about this damn cargo. Oh well. Just keep it together. And hope the captain has a plan to get us back our ship. We need to leave this place. Now. Carlo. Signing off. This is Red Moon Roleplaying.
Farouk and Carlo, you're standing with a thin metal door with quite small glass window, and you can hear the intense voices between Komorovai, the Zenitian, who has got the hold of some Vulcan weaponry, and your friend, or allied at least, who is watching out for the Red Moon right now. He's standing with 5 or 6 deckhands ready to fight the Zenitian who wants to take the Red Moon for his own. Give up the ship, plebeian. We are getting out of this miserable place. And for Captain Farouk, I haven't seen him in a couple of hours. Maybe he's dead, I don't know. I don't care. I want the Red Moon now. What do you do?
Is the door still closed or is it open?
It's closed.
I look at Carlo and kind of whisper, is this our cue?
You tell me, Captain. You're the captain here. It's probably up to you.
Captain. It's Farouk, okay?
I'll stop calling you Captain when you stop calling me Soldier. And I smile.
Sorry for that. I just wanted you to snap out of it, okay? I push the button on the door to open it.
With an easy swish sound, it opens, and eyes on you two directly. Some of the carbines are pointed in your direction. Aha! Here we have him, Captain Farouk. Where have you been?
Well, making my way here, of course. What do you think? I stroll in. I'm totally ignoring all the weapons pointed our way. Good thing you found the ship. We should get ready to leave.
Wait. You left with 2 other characters. A woman and a man. Where are they?
The cargo hangar. We're gonna go there and pick up our cargo.
The cargo captain? This is an emergency situation. What kind of human are you?
The one that's going to survive this, unless you're trying to stop us. We got room in the ship, and the time is kind of pressed, so are you gonna stand here debating about whether or not I should get my cargo, or do you want to get out of here?
The allied Lahore Iyades is looking at you. Shall we really take this one on, Farouk? It don't seem trustworthy to me.
We'll see, okay?
All right, Captain. We lower our guns. We will come down to the Red Moon, and we will have a look at your ship. As I can tell, there's the only ship here that are flyable from this piece of junk called the Ghazali. It seems quite mysterious to me that just your ship survived the calamity that the Ghazali went through. Haven't that occurred to you?
No. If anything, I myself am pretty sure on one of the other docks there is at least one more pilotable ship. I saw it on the systems earlier, although I wasn't paying much attention as we were trying to come down and get to our ship first, obviously.
And what's the name of the ship? Deckhand?
I don't remember. And I'm not a deckhand, friend, I smile.
Yeah, the pilot, right?
Yes, that would be right.
Okay. We will come down. They're lowering their carbines and start climbing down.
How many are they?
You can see about 5 or 6. 2 of them wearing carbines. Another pair is wearing Vulcan pistols.
Yeah.
And you can see that they are quite standard security management issue for a spaceship like the Ghazali.
Wonderful, friends. Glad to see everyone's on the same side. Where did you get the weaponry, gentlemen? From the command deck, by chance?
Yes. And our data spider, he had some problem entering the inner chamber so we can get our own guns. This is just for the security staff. Do you know something about that?
Unfortunately, no. We encountered ourselves some difficulty getting into the system. I'm pretty sure the whole AI is probably glitching out a little. Happens all the time.
Alright.
Speaking of the AI, is he Suleiman?
Saib?
How many people are currently on the Ghazalis?
Calculations says we now got 141 life forms at the medbay. We also have scattered all over the ship around 30 to 60 life forms.
Thank you. It's a bit too many to fit in one ship.
It is. Kamorova is at the same level as you guys. He's glancing at the Red Moon. How much space does it have? It looks like a courier ship. What's a courier ship doing at a rescue operation?
No, we don't have a cargo bay exactly, but in a rescue operation you take whatever help you can get, right?
I suppose. Either way, you lead the way, Captain.
We have room for... how many do we have room for in the stasis, Carlo?
I believe we have about 16 beds, Captain, here or take. Naturally, people can sit around all over the place and do whatever they want. Let's get on board the ship and talk about the details when we're not all in impending doom.
Yeah.
You lead the way. He glances at you, Farouk. Yades shakes his head a bit, and some of his men is starting to whispering behind your back. The situation is tense. Really tense.
Carlo, I don't know if these two groups are gonna start going at each other, so just keep on your toes, okay?
Of course, if anything, I'm trying to think myself how best to eliminate possibly the Zenithian.
Good. I think he's the biggest threat in this situation, actually.
I would agree, Farouk. I would agree. For the moment, though, let's get on our ship and get our stuff, at least.
Yeah. Of course.
On the comm, you hear Peg tuning in. I've been following that. That was kind of nasty. So, are you coming over or what?
Yeah, we're coming your way. We gotta pick up the cargo.
Huh.
Don't know what to do with the lot here, but we'll work something out. Hopefully.
Just get him on board. We gotta get the cargo, and if we can, I'm still interested if we could get into the cockpit somehow, maybe from the exterior through that torpedo hole.
Yeah.
That'll explain why they haven't been able to get to the armory yet, because it's, well, emergency shutdown and explosive decompression.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get the ship out of here. Okay.
Pig, when you overheard the talk between Vi, Yades, and your crewmates, you realize that your 20 crates will take up a lot of room in your ship.
Yeah.
And you don't know if Farouk and Carlo is remembering how big the cargo is, because it will probably take more or less half of your room in the ship.
Yeah, okay. So it's like basically no room for any...
Survivors.
Yeah, no, alright. But what about the people that we're taking on now? Are they gonna fit in? Well, we could put them in stasis beds, I guess.
Yeah, that will be around the maximum capacity for other survivors.
Yeah.
If you count Sabetta as well, of course.
Yeah. And you hear me click in on the comm again, and I say, by the way, I've been rounding up the cargo here. It's ready to load, but it's kind of more than I imagined, so I thought I'd just tell you that we're not gonna be able to pull some sort of rescue mission here. This is all we're gonna be able to fit in. So I'm just hoping that none of the other fellas is some kind of, you know, merciful Samaritan, because, yeah, we can't do both.
I'm not liking what I hear right now. I really want to get as many as we can from the ship. I mean, this is doomed. They're about to be drawn into the star and burn up.
We'll have to try and make some sort of transmission, see if we reach anyone out there. I mean, for all I know, we could be near any sort of ambush that, you know, was even hitting the ship in the first place. They could still be watching what's going on here. We are not safe anywhere around this place.
When we get you on board, Pig, do you think you could boost our signal?
Yeah, I'll try. I just hope all the systems are intact.
Yeah. Maybe we could use Ghazali's in some way to boost that signal. Well, never mind. We'll get the ship there and try to get all the cargo in storage.
Yeah, get them ready. I mean, the people there, can you just try to poke them a bit? Maybe you convince them that the sooner we get things loaded into the salvage station, the quicker we're gonna be able to get out of here.
Yep.
Pig, can you do a technology roll?
Yeah. That's 2 successes.
Great. You realize that boosting the signal with the Ghazali's comm units, it could work. It's probably better using the Ghazali's comm units, because when you were walking into the med lab, you saw a lot of upgrades done by the colonial agency, last minute upgrades, and probably if they were using the Ghazali's as a rescue ship, they have probably done something with the communications as well.
Yeah.
You're standing there, it's really hot in the cargo bay. Do you remember that some places at the Ghazali, the heat system didn't really function right?
Yeah.
It didn't came back online.
Yeah.
So you were getting really, really hot, and you're sweating.
Well, I've been out of my exosuit for a while now.
But when you're standing there and Sabeda is sitting on a crate, smoking Arash cigar, hand rolled, then you hear a sound deeper in the cargo hold.
Huh.
You think it's nothing at first, but then you realize that it sounds like metal nagging metal. Then you hear like it's claws scratching, caressing the metal crates deeper in the cargo hold.
Oh, shit. I'm sending a glance towards Sabetha. Did she hear it as well?
She is sitting dead silent. The hand that is holding the cigarette is shaking. She is staring at you. She's trying to tell you something. Behind you.
I freeze up completely and I slowly turn my head.
You see a shadow that is climbing on the cranes in the roof, and you see that it's a predator that you have seen before in your youth, maybe, and you started to feel the smell, the ammonia smell. Roll a dexterity roll.
Shit. And I completely freeze up. What the fuck did I get out of that exosuit?
Something hits you, claws you over your back. And you take 3 hit points in damage. No critical hit, but you are struck to the ground, and a large shadow is standing over you.
Fuck! I tried to roll over and do I know how to handle something like this, or how they work, or just...
You can roll a survivor roll, -2 because the stress.
Yeah. I get 1 success.
Fire. You know that the Nekatras are afraid of fire. Roll initiative roll. And I'm rolling for Sabita and the Nekatra.
I roll a 1.
Oof. But Sabita acts first. She grabs an emergency flare and lights it up and throws it at the Nekatra. And it tries to avoid the flare. And it makes you able to get out of there. Run!
And I reach for the flare as it swooshes by.
You can roll a dexterity roll.
Yeah, it misses me. I get up and can I use the plasma cutter to try and fend it off?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
You spin around?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's standing on all fours, ready to lunge at you. And you know that a quite common attack for the Nekatra is to strike for the neck and pin down the victim.
Yeah.
And choke them, as well as breaking their neck with their jaws.
Yeah. I'm painfully aware of this.
You spin around, you lower yourself, you grabbing your plasma cutter, and you realize if you're going to hit it with the plasma cutter, you have to do it in the leap of the Nekatra. So it's a bit of a chance that if you miss, it will take you down.
Shit.
Are you willing to do this?
Yeah, I see no other choice.
Run, you fool! Don't stand there! You hear Sabetta is running deeper into the cargo hold.
You can't outrun a Nekatra, you idiot!
It lunged at you. I want a dexterity roll from you.
As the Nekatra flings itself at me, I fumble when I try to bring up the torch, and I narrowly just escape the grasp of the Nekatra, and I pray to the dancer to be with me as I bring up the torch again and tries to bring it up, just holding it in front of me and lighting it up.
Icons, have mercy, come on. Yes, I get one success.
You think you're not going to make it, but in a split of a second you're getting up the plasma cutter. And do you have some ranged weapon skill?
Yeah.
Roll that, and please do at least one success.
The stress is just too much for me, and I fumble with the torch, and I accidentally turn it off, and I try to get it up again as the Nekatra is turning its head back towards me after its leap. Judge, guide my hand towards my enemies. No. I feel my hand gets knocked away by its big claws and its breath against my throat.
It bites, and it bites hard around your neck. You're taking 5 damage.
That's the rest of my hit points.
You're starting to passing out, and it has a critical roll on you. And you feel the jaws on your neck, and it's getting dark. Farouk and Carlo, you hear this over the comm.
And we screaming and slowly ceasing the struggle.
Yeah.
Yes, well, in the time this has been happening, I've been heading straight to the cockpit. My goal was to quickly find my weapon that I hope is there, as I normally place it around the cockpit somewhere hidden, and then getting ready to get the ship out and into space and into the area where these guys are. I was trying to do this as quickly as possible, so that's been my ongoing action while this has all been going on.
You can roll an infiltration because you hidden your weapon, and the Red Moon has been swept by the Colonial Agency. So if you are rolling 1 success, you have found your weapon.
Yes, hang on. 1 success.
Yeah, where did you hid it?
I hide it right under the seat. I have a little sort of sewn-in compartment that if you kind of like jiggle the seat around an awful lot, you will find my Vulcan cricket. And I go, hello, old friend. Where have you been?
Yeah, and Farouk, what are you doing?
My intention was to get most of the people on board and into stasis pods.
You're showing them the stasis pods.
Yeah.
At the same time, you're hearing Pig is under attack from a Nekatra, and you're getting quite stressed.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to focus.
Yeah. In that case, I just stare at Vi and Lahore and I say, you and one more, and you and one other person can stay awake. The rest of you in the stasis pods if you want to get out of here, because we gotta roll now.
I want to have a manipulation roll -1.
Yes, 1.
All right. Yeah, then they, with some negotiation, they're accepting this.
Well, to be honest, I don't have time for negotiation. They can negotiate within themselves.
Yeah?
I'm just bolting for the cockpit.
Yes. You enter the cockpit. You see that Carlo is just putting his cricket in the holster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have a nice little side holster that I can slide it in, and it's reasonably discreet.
Can you get us out of here quickly and safely? Please. We need to get to Pig.
I look at Farouk. I don't say anything. I literally press the button to start the ignition pretty much as soon as she says it, and get myself ready to pilot the ship out into space.
And when you do that, the system starts to reboot. And you don't know how long it would take.
I swear it'll hit the console and go, come on! We need to go now.
What's wrong? What's happening?
I don't know, hang on, and I open a sort of maintenance panel on the cockpit, and I attempt to jump-start the ship, because I remember that it's probably going through a large amount of safety precautions, and we don't have time for those. We need to get into space now.
I want you to roll a technology roll for the maintenance hardwiring, and then I want you to do a quite hard data gene roll for exiting the security.
Yes, so here's the technology, of which I only have 4 dice. That's a failure.
It starts to make this awful sound. Then you see some electronical flashes on the dashboard, and the power is out.
God damn it, Pig, where are you? We need you. I say aloud.
Farouk! Farouk!
You hear Sabeta over the comm.
Farouk! Where are you?
We're trying to get out of here, but we have company. How's Pig? What's happening?
I saw a monster, some kind of alien that attacked Pig and started to, I don't know. He's not there anymore, and the monster is gone. There's a lot of blood, but I cannot see the body. I think that the monster took him somewhere.
We're coming as quickly. Just keep safe, okay? And see if you can find where he took Pig as well, okay?
Shall I follow the trail of blood? Are you mad?
No, keep safe and just keep an eye out, okay?
Fucking amateurs.
I swear a little under my breath, jump out of my seat and run to my quarters on the ship, where my computer system is. I want to try and use the computer to try and rejig the ship, trying to make it access its secondary power or something, because I know I've now damaged the power and I'm not going to be able to fix it myself. I don't know ships like that, but hopefully I can just convince it to ignore some of the non-essential systems for now.
Okay, you leave the piloting seat and start running through the ship. You passing through Komoro Y. What's happening? But you don't care. You are running to your quarters and find a maintenance panel over there. You have used it before when you were doing ship statistics before going to bed.
Yes, that's right. And I open that and am far more delicate this time, doing what I normally would do, because I realise I really shouldn't have just pulled wires at random.
You can roll a data gene to get some report what happened to the ship and how long it's going to take to get things right.
I begin trying to go into the system. I'm getting lots of errors, lots of power out sort of things. I swear, and I give a prayer to the icons. And it's still a failure.
You need Pig for this. You are certain of it.
It's at this point that I lean up and consider the situation and imagine that all is fucked, that I really hope the Faceless One is watching me and giving me just one little break in this situation.
When you are swearing, cursing, and praying at the same time, you hear something. You can hear breathing over the comm channel. You realize that it's Pig breathing.
Pig? Are you alive?
You are floating between life and death, Pig. You hear Carlo. Not the angels, not the seraphs. You're hearing Carlo is calling your name.
Carlo, you sniffing piece of crap.
Yes. Yeah, that's me, buddy. You dead? Or only half dead?
I think I'm dead, man.
Right, well, here's what you're gonna do, okay? For the moment, fuck the cargo. Find anywhere where you can just... I don't know where you are. Where do you think you are? What do you see?
Pig, you're being dragged. Something is dragging you deeper into the ship.
It's taking me somewhere. Carlo, you gotta come back for me. You gotta save me, man.
Yeah, about that. The ship is fucked. The power is just not starting up. I don't suppose you have any friggin' miracles you can tell me I can perform on this ship?
Just get to the cargo bay and find me, man. Fucking let out.
Focus, Pig. Focus. If the ship was fucked, what would you do to get it jump-started and out into space? At least for a short period of time. Come on. Think. Engine brain.
I would go and rescue my fucking technician, you fucking piece of sniffing crap, babe.
If you don't tell me what to do, Pig, I can't get the ship to move.
Run to the fucking cargo bay and find me.
Pig,
Yeah.
you realize that because you have a level 2 communicator, right?
Yeah.
You realize that you have a tracking system
Yeah.
and you can send a bleep to Carlo or Farouk because you are having private channels, so he can see where you are, basically. Not on the meter, but still quite accurate.
I feel like my limbs are going numb, but I try to reach over my head with my arms to activate the button for the comms and try to just send them my location.
Carlo and Farouk, at your communicators, the transponder for Pig just lights up.
Is he close or is he far?
Not so far, like 3, maybe 250 meters, give or take.
I frown to myself. As I'm speaking to Pig, I take out my security tablet and quickly bring up the ship schematics I downloaded earlier and try and correlate where he actually is and how quickly we can get to him.
You think that he has been dragged from the loading docks in a more central part of the ship, maybe the living quarters.
And how long would it take to get there? Is there a direct route? Do we have to climb through more goddamn boiling shafts?
Probably not, because the docks and the living quarters are quite close, because it's quite standard when you design ships as big as the Ghazalis.
A thought suddenly occurs to me. Suleiman!
Same?
Suleiman. I know that your senses aren't currently very good, but perhaps you can identify this, and I show him the information, and then I say, is there anything you can do to stop this life sign being moved anywhere else? Lock off any doors, close anything in?
Of course, same. I am designed to serve. I will lock passage A to C 326 in a moment. It's done.
Excellent.
Pig, you hear doors slamming, and you hear you cannot see it, but something that has been pulling your leg releases you, and you see the Nekatra stands on two legs, sniffing. It looks a bit confused. Then it vanished from your sight. You cannot really move your head so much, so you cannot follow. You think that the Nekatra probably is looking for another way. And you can see at the pig's transponder that he stopped moving.
I try to, in any way I can, sort of stop or hold my hand or put any pressure I can over any bleeding that I would feel.
Yeah, you have, of course, you have medicurgery.
Yeah. And I have a med kit, but I don't think that's going to be of much help now.
No, you can roll a medicurgery roll with -2.
Right. I get 2 successes.
It's something strange here. You feel that the Nekatra hit wasn't as fatal, that you remember it. You should probably be dead by now. If the Nekatra would have liked to kill you, it certainly had the power to do it. The Nekatra attack probably was to stun you, to make you unconscious.
Well, I can probably puzzle in my brain that if it's Legion Nekatra, it would have probably been trained to perform different kinds of maneuvers and maybe for different purposes. Maybe it's somehow doing this for its training somehow.
Probably.
I calm Farouk, and I say, well, Captain, I think this is the situation. The ship isn't going anywhere without Pig. We need to go and get Pig. We're probably gonna die when we try and go and get him.
Probably, yeah. Let's see if we can bring our friends. I walk out to where Y and Lahore are standing.
What is taking so long? What happened to the power?
We need our mechanic and we need your help. I start walking towards the exit.
My help?
Yes. You have guns and we need to go get him. If you want to leave, we need him.
I arrive behind Farouk and say, not to mention your pilot is also leaving, so if you want to try and get the ship out of the dock with no pilot, no power, and no working engines, you are welcome to stay, but it's probably in your interest to assist us.
He grabs a carbine. He looks at you, Farouk.
I nod.
And he shakes his head. I will probably regret this. He's giving you one of the Vulcan pistols.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding it like half a meter from my body. It's like, I think they can tell that I'm not used to weaponry at all.
Yeah, he looks quite nervous. After you, Captain.
And I nod and I start walking towards the exit.
And then you start leaving the Red Moon and walking into the depths of the Ghazali. Who's taking the lead?
Well, I mean, unless Farouk stopped me, Carlo would be running ahead, kind of like, fuck everyone else, I've got to get there quick.
Well, as I said, I'm not used to weaponry like this, so I'm happy to let you take the lead.
Then Carlo, Suleiman addresses you over the comm, but it's only you, because you think that somewhere in Suleiman's damage code, he thinks that you are one of the original crew members and maybe the data technician of the original crew of the Ghazalis, because you have forced all the firewalls.
Saib? I have to remind you that the air in the chapel is running low. The people in the air will not survive much longer.
Anything you can do about that, Suleiman?
Fortunately, I have done all I can. In my logs, it says that you were discussing to rescue them, right?
Yes. I frown. I go, thanks for the information, Suleiman. And I send a comm back to Farouk. Bad news, Captain. Our friends in the chapel haven't got long.
Oh, damn it.
I remark while running. Just thought you should know, Captain. At the end of the day, the decision's yours. I really don't care.
Let's get Pig and get the ship started first, and then we'll see if we can pick them up from outside or something.
But then it strikes you, Carlo and Farouk, and maybe Pig as well, that Suleiman has recorded your conversation about the chapel. Even he wasn't connected at the time. So, somewhere in the Ghazali, there are logs what you have been talking about.
I frown a little to myself. And I kind of try and do this while running, but obviously I don't run too fast, I slow down a bit. I just bring out my tablet. I'd like to see if I can access all the conversation logs the ship's had recently.
Are you doing this at the same time you take in the lead on this rescue mission?
I pause.
I'm just wondering.
Actually, you know what? No, I stop. I act full on stop. I'm about to do this. I think about it. And then I think to myself that the entire ship is very soon probably going to be destroyed, and I doubt anyone's going to come and investigate what was said on logs. So then I shrug and I keep running.
You are about maybe half a square before the Farouk fire team. And you leave in the docks through some stairs, and you're entering the living quarters. Here the light is quite dim. You see some holographic images of different acts on Coriolis. All the holograms are damaged. They're missing some frames, so they're giving more of a ghostly look. You can hear water as well. Maybe it's some form of artificial fountain deeper in the living quarters. You also hear some nightingales, but you don't think they are real. Some artificial birds are making bird song in here. It's really hot in here. The heat system is here. It's not working at all. You are sweating.
I frown a little. I rub my sweaty face. I kind of wish at this point I didn't have my lightly trimmed beard. I mean, it is quite trimmed, to be honest, but at this point being cleanly shaven would be preferable. I pull on my clothing. I try and get into a position where I'm not going to be taken by surprise, and then I look down at my security tablet and see how close I am now to Pig.
Pig is deeper in the living quarters, about 100 meters. But do you leave the entrance to the living quarters, Carlo, and proceed into the depths?
Yes, I'm keeping my wits about me, but I am proceeding, my one hand now very close to my Vulcan, if necessary.
Yes.
I think it left through the ventilation shaft, so beware of any movement above.
I do cast a cautious glance upwards.
Farouk, you can roll a wits roll.
Yep. 1 success.
You hear Vice communicator starting to sparks, and you hear the Samaritan, Ramas.
Vi, what's going on? Have you secured the ship? It's about 150 people here at the med bay, and it's getting out of hand. We have to get these people out of here. Vi, are you receiving?
You see that Vi is cutting the connection. He glances at you and Iades. Iades doesn't seem to have heard, or maybe he just pretend he didn't. How do you react to this?
I look at him, and I actually walk over to him. I take a few brusque steps and say, "We need to secure this situation before we can do anything else. Do you understand that?"
Of course. Of course, Captain.
Because without our mechanic, we are all fucked. You're not gonna get any heroic ideas in your head right now, because we need to secure this before we can do anything. I want to save as many people as possible as well, but this is prio at the moment, okay?
Roll manipulation. -2.
Ooh, 1.
Okay, we're getting your mechanic, but then I have to look at this other ship. This other ship that your pilot were mentioning, because your
Yes,
ship.
and we will help you, of course. Come on. Let's go.
All right. He pulls the carbine closer, and we're starting to move into the.
I pat him on the back when he walks past me, like, camaraderie kind of gesture.
You do remember, because you're from the Dabaran culture,
Yep.
that there are some relaxing nerves at the shoulder parts. So you can try, but
Yeah.
to calm him in a way. Then you have to roll the dexterity. What do you have in culture?
I have 3 in culture.
You can add 1.
1 success.
Yeah, but he seems quite calmer.
Yeah.
He's a Zenitian. He likes to be touched by Dabarani. Yes, Pig. Are you trying to get into some quarters, or do you stand in the center square?
I'm trying to get into a place of hiding of some sort.
You just go into the first quarter that opens to you, and it's stripped clean. No one has installed themselves in these living quarters. It's a bed, it's a night lamp, a desk, and it's hot, but you can still smell the cleaning fluids.
I feel a relief somehow at this. It feels a bit safe that no one has been here, and I go in and I hide behind the door, nervously looking around, but not seeing anything that would be of use to me, I guess.
No. Carlo, you're proceeding deeper into the living quarters, and you're starting to feel that you are being watched.
Wonderful.
You see dark corridors that are going deeper into the living quarters, and when you look over your shoulder, you think you see eyes in the shadow. You also hear
I duck into a corner and then really begin progressing in a far more subtle manner. I am trying to use my skills at infiltration now to progress very carefully, very quietly. I really would rather not be seen by any Nekatra.
Yes. Do you have survival?
No.
Okay. Then just roll normal infiltration.
I step around a corner. I just hear a little clink. Not quite sure what I've stepped on, but I've definitely made a bit of a noise. I bite my lip and I pray to the icons. 1 success.
You're really testing the icons today. You get a success. You're moving deeper and deeper into the ship. You're coming to a locked door, a portal that connects two different squares and two different living quarters. The 1B and the 1D. And all other doors have opened before you, and you think that this is the one that you locked via Solomon.
Do I believe that if I open it, I'll be able to get to Pig?
Yes.
I quickly type into my security tablet, Suleiman, and I add onto it a command of don't use audio.
Yes. If you don't use audio, it takes some time. And you see in the corner of your eye something that's sneaking up on you.
I click my teeth. I frown. Because I've noticed it, I kind of try and look like I haven't, and my hand goes to my gun, and I get ready to fire on this thing about to sneak up on me.
Security code
46513 Omega. This is the genie on the courier ship, the Red Moon. Camilla segment, Coriolis Cycles 61. Recording. To the beloved Captain Farouk, may the mercy of the icons ever be in your favor. You and your crew are on a rescue mission for the gas mine, Surabi. It seems like the gas mine is under some kind of Corsair attack. Unfortunately for all the colonists, I suppose. In your own words, look for Comina, look out for Saveta.
This is the genie on the courier ship, the Red Moon, signing off. Security code 46513 Omega.
Where are you? Where are you, sister? I can't hear you. Alea? Sweet little tweets. You danced the whole day. Now you'll need to sleep. Come early morning, suns guide you home. What? Where am I? This is Red Moon Roleplaying.
Pig, you're getting more to your senses. You still feel it's quite heavy to breathe, and as a medic you realize that the attack from the Nekatra was probably aimed for your throat, so you suffocated and it stopped your brain functions for some time, then you passed out.
It basically just choked me, or...
Yeah. You see the blood is coming from the cut at your back, not from the attack to your neck.
I try to look around. I don't want to draw any attention. If it's still around, do I hear it?
No. As well as Carlo, you feel it's really moist and it's really hot in here. You cannot hear the Nekatra, but you can smell the urinal smell that you smelled before.
Yeah. I try to look around and see if I can move my limbs. Can I start to get up in case there's nothing around?
You stumble. You're at a square in a living quarter. It has some decorations as mosaic pictures of the icons in different alcoves. It has some marble or fake marble benches, and it has a small fountain, but it's turned off. When you look at it closer, it's from a holographic fountain, so it will not contain real water. There are 4 doors that are closed, and a red light signals that they are locked.
Are there any actually quarters here, or do you have cells for people to live in?
If you look behind you, you see that there are some quarters. You think they are quarters.
I wanna try and find some place to hide, basically.
Yeah. You also, when you look up at the ceiling, you see a ventilation shaft that are ripped open, and you think that the Nekatra left from that point.
Huh. They are traveling through the shafts as well. I think I'll look around, and I see those doors to the quarters, and I try to whisper, "Hey, Carlo."
Yes.
It's left. The Nekatra is left. I'm not sure if it was you who did this, but I think something happened. The door's shut. It left me lying about.
Yes, that was me. Thank me later. Just keep calm, don't move. I'm nearly at you. Probably about 100 yards. Wait, let me get, Farouk.
Yes, what?
Right. We're close to Pig. Think I can get him?
You see him?
Not yet, no, but I'm going to approach quickly.
There's a fountain here. A holographic fountain. You should be close.
Happy to hear your voice, Pig. Are you okay?
I've been better. I think it must have been trained to knock people out for some reason. I feel like... Did it drag me by the foot, and how? I mean, do I have any other injuries?
No. It seems it's been dragging you with one of his limbs, or her limbs.
I know that Nekatras usually walk on their hind legs. So yeah, it was walking like that, then holding me. I think I'm alright, yeah. Not sure what it was trying to do, but probably something to do with its training.
Of course, we'll ask the creature later what its motivations are, but right now, let's get you out of here.
I huff a little laughter at this. Sorely needed comic relief. I kinda appreciate that. You're a piece of crap.
You are a major inconvenience.
How far ahead of us is Carlo?
25, maybe around 25 or 45 meters. Carlo, you see in the corner of your eye something that's sneaking up on you.
I click my teeth. I frown. Because I've noticed it, I kind of try and look like I haven't, and my hand goes to my gun, and I get ready to fire on this thing about to sneak up on me.
Roll agility if you're going to spin around and shoot.
That's a fail.
You spin around and you're sweating, and you get stuck with your hand in your tool belt. Then Nekatra notices and it lunges at you and is trying to hit you with her right paw.
I swear all subtlety out the window, and if I can avoid this hit, I will be trying to fire into this creature.
The icons are with you in some degree, that is hitting the sensor light over the door, and it goes dark, but you are managing in some way to get around the Nekatra, and you can either start to run or you can try to engage in a fight.
I've had it up to here with running, I've got my gun, it's now out of the holster. Fuck it, subtlety, I will open fire on it.
You are at close range. In a split of a second it will react. If you're going to fire, you have to do a quick shot.
Yes.
And from the hip as well. And a quick shot makes it's -2 to hit.
Okay, so only 5 dice then. Oh, hang on, no, 6 dice because the Vulcan cricket gives a bonus of 1. Come on, icons.
How far from the fight are we?
You hear that something is going down in the corridor, but you're not sure what it is.
2 successes.
And then you can choose to have a critical roll, right?
2 dice for my critical. So that is 5, 3, so 53.
You spin around, you shoot from the hip. The hit is a perfect hit, it hits it under the left eye, and you splatter its brain on the wall.
I smile, blow on the gun ever so slightly as the residue and smoke comes off it, and I go, I'm really happy to have you back, my little friend. And I move to open the door.
You open the door. But when you open the door, you hear a sound, a scream that's going on all around you. It's from different directions. A lot of Nekatras is is yelling ferociously because one of their sisters has been killed.
I frown, and on my radio, I say, Captain, expect company incoming. Very soon.
Yeah, you pushing on. And you're standing at the square that Pig described before. You see blood, and you're quite sure it's human blood.
We're coming over, and hopefully not bringing company.
I follow the trail of human blood.
Which direction did Carlo go?
He just went further into the living quarters. You can see that between living quarters sessions, there's a dead Nekatra lying on the floor with her head blown to pieces. Carlos is standing 10 meters into the new living quarters session and is looking down at what looks like human blood. The human blood is going into a living quarter of sorts.
I make sure to actually stomp a little so that Carlo won't mistake us for enemies. And I call out to him as well. Carlo! No sign of Pig yet?
I sort of pause to turn my head, look at Farouk and all the others, and just sort of lift a hand to my mouth going, Ksh! Nekatra! And then I continue.
I freeze in my tracks and almost stop in front of the rest of them, trying to not make a sound.
Yeah. You still hear a scream. It's more like the pack is gathering, it's closing the circle around you in some way. Carlo, do you open the door for the living quarters?
Yes, I do.
You press the button, and you see that in the darkness in the living quarter, Pig is sitting on the bed. Pig looks afraid.
I let out a sigh. The situation keeps getting worse and worse. But hey, they're alive, and I like Pig, so I go over. And I quickly give him a look and say, Hey, it's fine. All I did was do all your work for you.
I just... I pushed myself off the bed. It's like... Did you kill it?
I killed one. Something tells me all his friends are on the way, so how about we get you up, get you on the ship, repair the ship, and I have no idea what we're going to do after that, but let's talk about that when you're not dying or bleeding or however you are. I don't know. I start giving him a quick look over, even though I don't really know any medical stuff.
It hit me on the back. I see that you're trying to look me over, and I point at my back, but it seemed to just sort of knock me out somehow. Probably some sort of Legion combat Nekatra training. I don't care. I'm all right. Just get me back to the ship. All right.
I offer a hand to help Pig up.
I just waved my hands in the air, and I just try to be independent, though you see me stagger a bit. And I catch your hand as I'm about to fall over, and then I pull it back, and I gesture for him to start walking, and I try to... Well, all my arms are quite visible now because I'm out of the suit. I get ready to follow you.
I look outside and give a motion to Farouk and remark quietly, Okay, now Captain, let's get out of here as quickly as possible.
You don't have to say that twice. I turn around towards the others and kind of motion to them to head back.
I notice them, and I try to tuck my lower arms behind my back, but it's kind of hard now that I don't have any cloak or anything to hide them under, or any kind of bigger garment.
You see that Komorova is sitting and inspecting the Nekatra. Then he looks at you and he frowns. Freak. Yades doesn't seem to care. He's seen a lot of biosculpting in his days. And you're starting to backtrack to the docks.
As we start going, I ask, where's Sabitha?
I assume she's still in the cargo hold, waiting for us to pick her up.
Yeah, told her to stay safe and stay hidden, so we're gonna go there as quickly as we get the ship running again.
I just rubbed my forehead. It's hard to think that we're actually gonna get the cargo and everything, but I don't see any reason why not. As long as we're on the ship when we get out of here, we gotta... Yeah, we still have to do that.
I sort of say it aloud and focus on just leading the way back, constantly looking down corridors, constantly trying to listen out for any sounds of our friends. In fact, it occurs to me to then bring up the security tablet and very quickly see if I can bring up any life signs approaching us or surrounding us.
You don't happen to have an extra piece?
I'll give you mine.
I take it.
I don't really know which end to point forward anyways.
I quickly examine it to see what kind of weapon it is and to make sure that it's in good shape. And
Yeah, it is a standard Vulcan pistol. You've seen them before.
Yeah.
Typical security issue.
Huh. Yeah. That kind of reassures me a little bit, though I feel a bit woozy. How are we feeling with regards to radiation and stuff? I guess we took the pills and some water, so...
Just something else to worry about for later. I'm sure if we're going to die of radiation, we'll be killed by Nekatra, the ship exploding, or our friends, I say very quietly to Pig, before any of that happens.
As you start to backtrack to the docks, you realize, Carlo, that you are going to pass at least 2 small squares for the living quarters, with benches, with holographic fountains, quite good for a Nekatra ambush. You know this is the fastest route back to the ship, but do you thinking about backtracking or do some evasing maneuvers, going different corridors?
I would think about this. I'll stop and I'll say to Vi, it might be wise if some of you guys go and just quickly look ahead. You don't want to be ambushed after all. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
You can do a manipulation roll. -1.
Okay. Nope.
Why should I do that? Apparently you have got the skill set for killing these beasts.
Well, dear me, there I was thinking a fellow Zenithian would want to prove the valor of our people by leading from the front. But I guess...
He's spitting in your face. I don't have to prove anything. I'm Vi.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. I smile back, quite probably to his annoyance.
So imbecile.
Still, I sigh a little, and I look at my datapad and see if there's a way that we can go round these obvious areas.
Yeah, it would take some time. Probably an hour, or if you want to do a faster route, 30 minutes to take you back to the docks, but you will avoid the squares.
Are we sure there are Nekatra here?
You can hear them, Captain.
Yeah.
All over the place. I've also killed one of them, and I don't know how these things work, but I don't know, Pig. You said you recognized them. I imagine they're pissed.
Yeah, they're pissed.
Is there any way we could deter them from going at us?
Not after that, and I point back towards the carcass. They probably have a pack leader telling them what to do, and I think we're on top of the list now. And I notice Carlo looking for a way around, and I say, yeah, that's probably a safer bet.
Carlo, because you're more into this kind of situation, you can roll an observation roll.
I look forward. I clear my throat a little, as it's still very sore from the earlier breathing in of poisonous unpleasantness. I get 1 success.
On your left side, there's a corridor that's probably going deeper into the ship. On the far side, you can see movement, and you can hear.
I immediately sort of nod my head in the opposite direction, the direction, whichever one it is, that leads us around the ambush area. I don't have time to choose, I'm just choosing it, like, let's go.
Are you walking or running?
I run. And I really hope that everyone observes me running and does the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow as quickly as I can.
As soon as he bolts, I'll be right behind.
You're running. You're starting to run. Carlo, you are taking a route that you think is quite close to the docks. You see, when you come to another square, you see that there are movement on your left side. You can choose either going straight ahead or you turn right.
I go right, and as I go right, I call out, Suleiman?
Saib?
Close that door over there, please, or close as much as possible in that direction. In fact, close everything behind us as we move through it.
Of course, Saib.
The door started to slam after you, and it started to shut. Do you take time to look at the blueprint, or do you just run?
Running.
Yeah. You are running down the corridor. You are seeing that there are movement at your right side. You can choose either go left or straight forward.
Straight forward.
Yes, and the door slams shut behind you. You're not sure that you're going in the right direction anymore. Pig, you can roll a survival roll. No minuses.
That's 1 success.
You do remember something that your mother told you when you were really young, or your nanny, that Nekatra always hunts in packs, and it's not uncommon that they are driving their gain before them into a trap.
And I say, stop.
I stop.
This is what they want us to do. They're trying to push us into the ambush. You gotta remember, these things are smart.
But they're animals.
Yeah, they're animals. But they're smart animals. Something's probably waiting up ahead.
You see Iades, he's still having his exo, and he's sweating, he's falling down to one knee. Water. And he's wearing as weaponry some sort of power drill. It's a quite heavy two-handed drilling machine for drilling in in zero vacuum.
I cannot go on like this. It's so hot. Do anyone have water?
Vi is looking at him. Leave him! We have to go now!
I look around at the other ones. We got any water left?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I look around and say, you might be able to find one of those emergency supply things in the wall somewhere.
Yeah, the lockers. Yeah. I start looking for one.
Take me to this emergency locker. Thank you, Sabe. He's trying to stand up, but he's falling down to one knee again. I'm so hot.
Isn't there anything that can be done about the... And I freeze up when I hear the sound. And I aim my gun around me, trying to look for a target.
The door is shut behind you, but you can swear that you hear claws on the steel door. We have to go!
Can't we get...
Vi is starting to pull you, Farouk. Come on!
You go. We're coming. We just need to get him up and running. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
He's starting to run down the corridor, and he takes the right and start running.
I walk over to Jahades and try to help him up.
Thank you, Farouk.
Can we find any of those emergency lockers here? Are there any available?
They are. You have seen some at the squares.
That's back, right?
Yeah, but there are every 25 or 45 meters. There's another small square that ends up in a crossing.
I guess we're going back to one of the squares.
Yeah, but you can probably find some if you're continuing. But if you head left instead of right, Vi was going at the right direction, and you realize that is the way to the docks.
Do you even know where we're going?
Right would be the way we wanted to go before we stopped for all this ambush nonsense. So I guess to help our friend here, because we have so many people to help, we should go left.
Yeah. Left. We need to find water. We all need it.
Oh, what's the way back to the docks?
Right.
Yeah, you're heading to one of the square crossing, and you hear from the distance a carbine.
Was that from Vi?
I think it was.
Well, he did something useful after all. Let's move quickly. They'll all probably be approaching him.
You go into the square crossing and you enter.
Maybe we should tell Suleiman not to shut the doors?
Yes, and I relay that command quickly.
Of course. You're entering the square, and it's really, really hot. And you find the emergency locker under one of the fake marble benches. You pull out the water and some rehydration pills.
I don't get it. Why the system was rebooting? Why isn't the ventilation unit starting again?
I don't know, Pig. Everything on the ship is fucked. I'd say, wiping the sweat from my brow.
Yeah, everything is falling apart. I don't think it will ever go up again. We need to get out of here. It's good to have you here, Pig.
I shrug.
Sabe,
Yes?
the air will run out from the chapel in 20 minutes. They are hailing all comms.
Can you open it from a distance somehow with your, or do you have to weld it open.
They are trapped. They don't have any exosuits on their airlock.
Well, there's no way we're gonna get there in 20 minutes.
No, there's not. And I reach for some water if there's any left for myself. And I look at our friend and go, "You better now? Can we move?"
Yeah. Yes, Saib. You're really Akbar. You're a great man.
I know.
How far is it to the chapel from where we are?
And from the ventilation shafts, Nekatra lunge at you. Roll a initiative roll.
5.
5.
6.
The Nekatra is she has just clawed her way through the ventilation shaft and is lunging at your party. Pig, you're first.
Oh, shit. I take a step back and try to open fire at it.
Yeah, you can do a quick shot.
Yeah, before she pounces.
Yeah.
And I get a success.
You fire at it, and you hit it in the torso, and it stops its attack. You can continue. If you continue to do quick shootings, you can do one shot again because she has stopped in her momentum.
Yeah, seeing her flinch back, I follow up with another shot towards her. And that's 2 successes. Now I'm trying to pin her down.
Yeah, you're getting in 2 fast hits, and both of them is hitting the torso. She is losing her momentum, and you're pinning her down with the quick shots. This makes Carlo can react before her.
I shall also try and get a quick shot off. So I notice it's actually got a pretty good start on this creature, and I just draw my gun from my holster, nice and practiced, and fire on this creature, getting 2 successes, which is a critical hit. I roll then 16.
You are hitting her in one of the back legs, but it's not a fatal hit.
Yes. Can I do another quick shot, as it's a fast action and we get 3 AP a go?
You can spend all your action points, but then you don't have a reaction if she's attacking you.
I shall just open fire and do 2 more shots, quick shots. Once again, I roll 2 successes, getting a critical hit, which is this time 64.
You re-aim, you pull the trigger, and it hits the neck artery. It sprays blood, and the creature is tumbling, but she is still so capable, so she is lunging her claws at you, Pig. And she misses. Then she tumbles down to the floor and shivers.
Is she dead?
I look at the beast and I smile, and I kind of then notice that my gun is out of ammo. I go, ah.
Yeah, you're changing the clip.
I look over the weapon and I'm a little bit worried that it might not hold for another fight, seeing as how my other clips and well, weaponry has been taken from me.
You're pulling out the clip, and you see it's got one shot left.
I never really had the time to act in all of this, so I'm just totally flabbergasted and a bit disgusted about the mess on the floor.
And you're starting to hear the wailing sound again.
We should be moving, crew. We better head back to the Red Moon.
What's the
now.
way? What's the way?
Back that way. Where... damn it, where Y was. What do you say, Carlo? Is there any other way around?
You can roll a data gen if you want to have the shortest way.
I will check my pad and do just that. 1 success.
You see an airlock quite close. You have to climb through a service tunnel, and so you are precisely under the med lab and the command bridge, some floors under it. Then if you take the exosuits, you can go to the docks from there.
I relay this information to the others.
Show us the way, please.
Sure. And I start to go that way, slightly unwillingly, as I would rather have just gone straight to the docks the normal way, but whatever.
Is there any spare water I could bring along with us?
Yeah, you grab a bottle.
Yeah, me too.
You're passing through some corridors and you're getting to the service hatch. It's a bit of a climb, and you will go into the service tunnels, and you know that the Nekatras are there, but this is the closest way back to the docks. So are you sure to do this? Are you up for it?
Yes.
Okay, you start to climb. You're entering the service tunnel. It's hot and it's quite dark. Did you bring a flashlight? I don't remember.
Yeah, Farouk had a flashlight when we found one.
Yeah.
Just outside the stasis pods.
Early on.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for you to lose it.
No. You hear sounds behind you. And then you hear running, claws against metal plate.
Go! Go, go, go!
I get up and I start crawling.
Dexterity roll. Who's climbing first?
Me. And of course now, no successes.
You're pulling the emergency ladder, but it won't come down. Pig, you can see that 2 or maybe 3 Nekatra is running up the corridor.
What can I do?
You have 1 shot.
Yeah, I'll try to make it an aimed shot then.
Yes, you can do the roll. Carlo, a force roll could make the emergency ladder come down. But Pig, the aimed shot first.
Yeah. So let's see. I get +2 on the attack roll.
And you can make it +1 because they are moving.
That's 1 success.
You aim and you shoot. The gun goes off and you hit one of the Nekatras at the back leg, but then your pistol is out. And the next round they will be so close that they will launch at you. Carlo, how's that force roll going?
I look up and notice that I'm not going to be able to pull down this ladder in time. So instead, I pull out my gun, take my time, to aim at the one Nekatra that Pig has not shot at.
You got some combat training, right?
Yes.
You realize that the 3 of them will come at you next round. if you are going to do something that matters, that counts, you have to probably take the 3 of them out this round. So I could recommend that you do 3 quick shots at 3 different targets and hope that you are taking them out.
I give a prayer to the icons as I just hope this works and try and quick shoot all 3 of them, thinking I don't have time to aim. One success. One success again. One success again, so on all 3 rolls, I got 1 success.
Yeah. You're emptying the clip at the attackers. No critical hits, but you slow them down, and it makes time for Farouk and Pig to try the letter. Johannes stands up with his magnetic drill and "This is for you, Saib!" And he runs at the Nekatras. You have 1 round to pull down the ladder as Johannes is taking the fight to them.
Right. Force.
And you need 1 success to pull it down.
Yep. Do it.
If you get 2 successes, you can probably help Johannes before he's cut down by the Nekatra.
Damn, it's stuck.
You standing there pulling, and Johannes is running into the fray, and epic fight between this plebeian and the legionary trained Nekatras is taking place before you, but you see that the odds is not in his favor.
Run, don't let his sacrifice be in vain, run!
The Nekatras is playing with this heavy-built man. They're jumping around and cutting him.
Fuck, and I run.
I run too.
Yes, you are running. You're running up the corridor. You enter another square. You can take 3 different directions from here. Left, right, or straight forward.
Come on, you beasts! Is that all you got?
I swear a little, noticing my gun has now fully run out of ammo. I put the gun away, swear again, and run straight forward.
I follow.
You're running, and you think, Carlo, you realize that you are getting more and more further away from the docks.
I try and turn us round to get towards the docks. So there's no point being subtle anymore. We just need to get to the bloody docks and just hope that the Nekatra... I did shoot 3 of them. 1 of them was shot before then. Hopefully that's at least distracted them a bit. He must have taken down 1, I think to myself.
I'll probably end up by the chapel if this goes on.
You getting into a T crossing. Do you stop to check the blueprint, or do you just take 1?
I stop to check the blueprint.
Yes, roll data gene because of the stress situation. You hear that Iades is screaming in pain, and the Nekatra is probably killing him.
2 successes.
You can take a right here, run around 50 meters, then you can take an elevator if you dare, and go down to the docks.
This way, we take an elevator.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm really starting to look a bit tired from all this running.
As we run, I mutter a silent prayer for Jahad's bravery and that the judge will look favorably upon his sacrifice and that he died valiantly.
You feel that the judge are listening, and you feel the presence of the icons. But you cannot stop to linger over those things right now. It's time for life and death. At the end of the corridor, you see the elevator. It looks like it's functioning. It looks like it's functioning.
It'll function. I run towards the elevator, and as soon as we get to the doors, I bring up my tablet. Suleiman, get this elevator open now.
Of course, Saib. I'm here to serve.
The doors open, and you are entering the elevator.
Yeah. Down to the docks. Get it down to the docks.
I'm pressing the button to close the doors and take us down to the docks.
You're pressing it, nothing happened.
I try to figure it out. I try to start working with it.
Come on.
Suleiman!
Farouk, you standing, pushing the button, come on! And you feel that something is grabbing you at the shoulders and pulling you through the elevator door.
I try to struggle.
Yeah, you did some sword dancing in your days, right?
Yep.
Then you can try to hit it.
I will try to strike a nerve or something.
Yeah, you're not sure about the Nekatra anatomy, but you think it's quite the same as the Jabaran Massage Institute.
Yeah, well, those muscles need to be secured someplace, and maybe there's a nerve there somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you roll with 3 successes, it's quite high, you is getting out of the grasp. Yeah, other way, you're being pulled out the corridor.
Okay. I got 4 dice. No, not a single one.
Pig and Carlo, when you're standing, swearing, cursing, hitting the panel, you see that your very sociable but not so agile captain is pulled out by an Nekatra and thrown out the corridor.
I yell to Pig, hand me your gun!
My gun is empty, and I hand it over.
Son of a...
The Nekatra is standing on her back leg and is getting prepared to make the leap.
I grab the metal pipe that I do still have on my person. I know that going out there and trying to hit it would probably get me killed, but maybe I can throw it at the thing. It might at least get Farouk some more time to respond.
You can use range combat for that. You're using it as a spear or some form of primitive throwing weapon.
Yes. One success.
Yes! And you throwing it, and it doesn't take any damage, but it turns. And Farouk, you see the elevator doors starting to close. If you're fast enough, you can run to the elevator and slide in.
I'm holding out a hand to help.
Yeah, I see that as my break, and I'm gonna try to bolt for the door. What do I need to roll?
Agility roll. You can get the 1+1 because Pig is landing 1 or 2 of your hands, Pig.
Yeah, well, 2. I've got plenty.
You're starting to run. If you don't success, the door will shut and you will be stuck at the wrong side of the elevator door.
Bite my tongue, and the taste of blood kind of entices me to whisper a prayer to the judge that she would look favorably upon my person and help me. Yes, 1 success.
You slide, and you think that the icon's smiling at you, and you're sliding 30 centimeters from the Nekatra. The Nekatra notices you and spins around, and it slashes your beautiful face. 3 deep cuts over your cheek and up on your forehead. You take 4 hit points to damage. You realize that your face is destroyed.
Oh.
Slam into the elevator, and it starts going down.
You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we play the campaign Mercy of the Icons for Coriolis, which is published by Free League. Gamemaster was Adam Palmquist, and we were also joined by Jenny Bremberg. The music was created by Alpha Zone and Sabled Sun, and was used with permission from their label, Cryochamber. Please check out cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel for more of their lovely dark ambient. We also used the official Coriolis soundtrack by Stars on a Black Sea. The sound effects come from the Sirenscape sci-fi player, and was used with permission from Sirenscape. With its ease of use, you might want to try it for your gaming table. We would like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon, Martin Heuschober, Simon Cooper, David, Julia, Camilla, Bob Lange, Cameron, Antxon, Graham Barey, and Doug Thomson for their generous support. We would of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, the show would not be possible. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for Cult Divinity Lost, Call of Cthulhu, and Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay there, as well as binge the rest of Last Voyage of the Ghazali and Emissary Lost. You can also get early and raw access to all of our recordings and hear your name read on the show as a champion of the Red Moon, as well as play Cult with us. Most importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. Thank you again for listening, and remember that the song leads us to the truth under a great winged shadow.